Today I'm with Liz and Martian. Liz, how old are you?
32.
Martian, how old are you?
25.
How long have you guys been living out here in the streets of Phoenix?
Just actually been a few months.
A few months now. A few months, unfortunately.
So a few months ago, what happened in your lives to cause you to be out here in the streets?
Well, pretty much got introduced to, these blues out here, and the addiction is pretty strong, and I guess the fear of withdrawing is even worse. So unfortunately, I feel like we started putting that before our priorities, bills and
we had a car, we had a house.
Yeah, everything, had everything. And yeah, these pills that are going around out here are pretty much, I've told him, I think they're, just as to say, as strong as the devil, not in a good way either. They can seriously get a hold of you and mess up your whole life.
I told people myself, like, I wouldn't even wish them upon my worst enemy, honestly. So how bad it is.
So, like, seeing little kids out here, which I have very young kids that should probably be in school, should have no business being out here. It is really sad. I think about that every day, and it would just kill me if one of my family members or children, and yet honestly, I think about the one day that, because it's probably going to happen, that somebody offers my children this, and it scares me.
Not that long ago, I was a Lyft driver. I was driving for Lyft, I had my car and everything, and I had a teacher. He's from Mexico, but he got a job out here teaching, and it's crazy that he told me that, like, little 6th graders and 5th graders, like, they're doing this stuff out in the hallways and of schools and everything. Like, I never knew that. Like, that right there really got to me.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's one thing when it's adults, right? You guys are adults, I'm an adult. If we decide to throw everything away, lose everything, that's on us, because we've lived a little bit and we worked, and we could lose whatever we have. But when you're a child, you really haven't lived. You should be in school. And that's what gets to me the most. The youngest person I've seen out here, Liz and Martian, is 13 years old, and with my own eyes, in person, he was on a scooter and had the foil out and a little pill and a straw. 13. I haven't seen that young man in a year. I'm hoping he's better. I'm hoping he's in school and living a better life. But there's a possibility that he might not be here anymore, because we all know that those pills are super powerful, especially to a young 13-year-old body, right? So that's what scares me the most. What's the youngest you guys have seen out here?
Probably about the same. I would say no older than 13, but probably as young as 11.
I've seen young kids, but
sad.
I mean, when that teacher told me that, I mean, there's 5th, 6th graders in the hallways of the school doing that. Like, that right there really got to me. That, like, it's really out there like that.
Yeah, it's pretty,
not much of it is out
it's
there.
pretty messed up. That I feel like if we were, I know at the end of the day it's on us, but you walk to any corner store around here, anywhere, any hotel, any business, and people are just coming up to you, trying to sell them to you. It's crazy, and you can walk down the street and you might get offered 5 to 10 times in a matter of 15 minutes. So it's kind of scary how, for when you want to get help and you want to get treatment, how you can easily fall back into this.
You guys mentioned that you had everything: cars, apartment, job. What happened to, was it like temptation? Was it stress for you guys to try that substance, that pill?
Honestly, for both of us, it was a physical injury, and I'm not one of those. Well, I don't want to say this whole government conspiracy thing, but I think it is pretty messed up that before these, when these first got introduced, I actually knew a buddy who can get a hold of these, and he tried to actually sell them to me quite a few times, and I was really pissed off, and I told him no. But I did become addicted to the prescription Percocets, the originals, and resulting after a car accident and him after an injury on his hand when he was on vacation. But we actually just met a doctor a couple days ago, an ex-doctor who did some prison time for being, doing fraudulent stuff with his prescription. So basically, doctors were in on this scam of, making money, giving the I would say the prescription strain Percocets out like candy. But who put these facilities here? Who turned the hobby plant into heroin and all this other opiates that they get from it? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it was put out here. It was ripped away for a minute when Ducey took over. Yeah, they were saying they're gonna bust all these doctors, and for a minute I can honestly say, like, I could get the prescription ones everywhere and anywhere, and then from, let's just say, 25 scripts a month, I knew at least to one maybe. So I was scared, just like I'm sure a lot of people were, and thinking, like, I actually knew a lot of people that went to heroin even, and thank God I was scared that I'm like, well, what's it gonna be? Is it gonna hurt, or is it gonna be another drug? But then these blues popped up everywhere, like everywhere, and now I believe that's one of the strongest reasons why a lot of people out also say they have older friends, older gentlemen who you think he's your grandpa, you would never even know. I know a lady like that too. They all used to take their pills for their back or whatever chronic illness they had, and now can't get them.
They have to go to these
so they get on these, and it's just a whole lot worse. And I actually visited a friend of mine, and what she said was true, is they don't even help for the pain. They don't help. You just get stupidly addicted.
There's some, I can't dispute what you're saying. There was a chronic opiate distribution from doctors, right? They're just handing out prescriptions left and right. A lot of doctors got busted. There was a crackdown from the DEA towards doctors. A lot of doctors went to prison and lost their license because they got greedy, and just they're handing out those prescriptions left and right to Percocets, oxycodone, you name it, right? And then the government cracked down about, it's almost 10 years ago, 8-9 years ago, when they cracked down, and then people were like, okay, well, we need to get these pills, and the few real ones that were out there were very expensive, right? $50 for a pill, $60 for a pill. And then at the same time, marijuana became legal, right?
Yeah.
And so Mexico lost a lot of money. The cartels in Mexico lost a lot of money from smuggling the marijuana. So they're like, oh, there's an opportunity with these pills, right? These counterfeit fentanyl pills that they're buying. They buy the powder from China, and they press these pills, right? They're not really Percocets, they're not really oxycodone. It's all fentanyl, counterfeit fentanyl at that. And that's why the ODs have gone up tremendously with these counterfeit ones, because they're not, the milligram, the dosage is off. It's totally inaccurate. You have no idea what you're getting, right?
Sometimes you get nothing, sometimes
you can literally get it'll have fentanyl, but it'll be little to nothing, and then sometimes you just have something that will literally knock you out with the first hit, if not kill you.
Isn't that scary?
It gets to me sometimes, honestly, a lot of times where, you don't know who you're getting it from, and you don't know who they got it from, and you don't know who made it and distributed it and how much they put into it. So like, you could die just taking a quick hit, honestly.
What does your guys' future look like?
For a minute now, definitely trying to get clean. And it's not for us. We all this stuff is. We had a pretty decent, good living life. Our own home, somewhere to go to, a car. Just being out here it's not for us, honestly.
I know my future does not include include this lifestyle at all anymore. I am glad that there are a lot more options and facilities to get clean now. When I sought help a couple years back, before ever getting into fentanyl, with the regular Percocets, you're gonna be mind blown like I was. But I cried the whole night and the whole morning. I got left at 3 a.m. to go to a clinic where they were supposedly help me. Well, out of the 20 some people that were standing in line at that early in the morning, they were gonna help 3 people, and I was the 3rd person, and they turned me away because they said that I was not on heroin yet, so they couldn't help me. I called every single number that they gave me for resources, and the closest appointment away was a month and a half away. It was devastating. That I was so angry. I'm like, I can go out into the streets and get better, or I can look for help and suffer for the next month and a half. But there is a lot more
A lot of help has
options
opened
now.
up
It sucks that I had to get to this, because I feel like I did reach out for help before it was this bad. But for those people who have never tried it, don't. And if you have, get help.
Liz Martian, you guys seem very coherent and intelligent people. A little bit different than the normal folks that I speak to out here, right? A lot of folks are lost. They're just gone, right? But you guys are still. I can have a conversation with you guys. We can rationalize, but I can tell that you guys are tired of this, right? All 3 of us know that you guys don't belong out here. You guys aren't street people. You're the victims. You're the ones that they go to go attack and steal from and bully to take stuff away from you guys, because you guys don't know how to defend yourselves. You guys don't know how to live out here, and it's all around you. It's all around you. So you guys have plenty of reasons to get off of these streets as soon as possible. Seek help and just get off, okay? And live the life that you two both deserve. Okay, so I'm gonna say thank you very much for talking to me. I really appreciate you guys opening up and sharing your story. I'm gonna give you my card with my number so you can call me if you ever need a ride of treatment or need somebody to talk to, okay? So I told you before we started that the mission statement of this channel is prevention through awareness. By you guys having the courage to share your story, you're gonna save somebody's life out there, okay? So your family should be proud of you. You should be proud of yourselves. When you guys are clean very soon, you're gonna look back and say, I helped. My story helped somebody, okay? When you guys are ready to create your own YouTube channel, let me know. I'll help you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you guys very much. Stay safe. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.